congratulations on the new album. I just wondered if you guys could maybe start with a review of some of the early benchmarks for charts and sales and success.
We were #1 on iTunes for a few days there. In the top 10. Yeah. In the top 10 on like all the charts, I guess, on iTunes. I haven't seen any Billboard stuff yet. I think it's probably going to be up there. It'll chart at least, which is big for us. We never had anything to do anything like that.
I think the single's #1 this week too.
In Texas.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Have you had any notable reviews? I've seen recently.
Yeah, they've all been pretty good. American Songwriter, what's some of the other ones? Noisy.
Rolling Stone Country.
Field and Stream was my personal favorite.
Stream.
Yeah, that's a big one for me.
Tahlequah Daily Press.
Well, we've had that before.
My mom likes it. Actually, no, I think really.
Yeah.
My mom really
My
likes
dad
it.
likes it a lot too. That's good.
Your dad's into the record?
Well, he gave his review.
So,
of
what
it.
did
He
he
reviewed it.
Mostly
It was
positive.
good. It was good.
3.5 stars.
Come on, Dad.
I'd like to ask you guys about the artwork. That's really eye-catching and neat, different compared to most things. Understand that was some of your concept?
Well,
Is that right?
we worked on that with the Dodd sisters
Yeah,
from
the
Austin.
initial concept was Jenny Shue that plays in a band called Other Lives, and then we took it from there. Because she actually brought that to the table and was like, with that song, The Bird Hunters, it'd be neat if it looked like an ornate shotgun or like etched metal. And then Kyle did
It's
an
the
initial-
pattern stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was drawing out the pattern,
So we
trying
just-
to get the idea down. Something that looked neat.
But the initial real concept, he actually hand drew.
Well, that's
And
what I'd seen.
and then
And
the Dodd
they-
sisters
yeah.
took what that was, and we sort of helped direct them around. But they did a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of back and
They're
forth.
very,
getting-
very, very talented people.
I think that turned out really well.
I like it.
Yeah, I do too. The album's got some co-writes. I just wonder if you could discuss one or two or a few, however many might stand out.
I guess I was the only one who co-wrote anything on it. I wrote one song with Rhett Miller. We'd been from the old 97s. It's a really great band from Dallas, and we went back and forth on that for a while. And I wrote the brunt of it, but the initial idea was his little seed that kind of became the song, So it was really a co-write. And then I wrote with Johnny Burke, who's a singer-songwriter from South Texas, and Kyle Wieters, who's on the road. He's a stage manager and tour manager for Randy Rogers' band. He's also a very talented songwriter. We wrote Down Here together, and then Johnny and I wrote some other stuff together too. Long Drive Home, I guess.
Well, I was
Okay.
Oh yeah, John Fulbright and I. We sat at the house and got like a case of beer and just sat down and wrote a song. We a while back and wrote that Time of Day song. I'm really proud of it. He wrote most of the melody, and I wrote most of the words, but we back and forth,
He's a wonderful talent to run into.
Oh, here we go again. It's always about
Yeah,
Fulbright, isn't it?
Interview's over.
Yeah.
I thought you wanted to interview us.
Yeah, what are we talking about Fulbright? All right, let's talk about No, he's great, man. He's a good friend. You get to talk shit about your buddies,
It is different to have somebody that was a member of your band and go on to doing his own thing.
He was really,
You guys still
he was
work
kind of a
with
de
him?
facto member of the band. He never planned on being in this band for very long. He was 18 or 19 maybe, and we were sneaking him in the bars, and I think I was maybe 21 or 22, and he was only with us for a little while, and he's like, man, I'm getting too busy to do the singer-songwriter thing. I don't give a shit, and that's how we got Kyle. Kyle was the guy
He
that
was right
replaced
on
him,
the
honestly.
coattails.
That was 7.5 years ago, 7
Yeah,
years ago?
something like that.
It's like 1 or 2 where I think
We're old
both,
men now.
both of y'all played. Like this
Yeah, the
little overlap,
transition.
and then
As soon as I saw a new straggler, Cody Angel, get off the bus, when I first got here, he says, "Do you know Thomas Trapp? Would you introduce me to Thomas Trapp?" I didn't know Trapp was going to be here when I wrote this question.
He
to
always,
ask you about
he always-
Thomas Trapp.
Okay, no, ask me and I'll speak freely. Pretend you're not here. Go ahead.
Wanted you to comment on him and his talents. And
I think
his
he's
contributions
exceptional. He's an exceptional guitar player. Kind of got a reputation as sort of an asshole, but I mean that's just I'm just repeating what I've heard. He and I've been buddies for years, and he's really, really great. I love his playing. We get to play together every chance, or try to play together every chance we get. But he's been on. This is the second record, huh?
Yep.
Trappy?
Yep.
Second one. Yep. So technically a member of the band at that point in time, you know. So
Kyle.
we have a lot of extras.
How long did Pick and Circle go last
Yeah.
time that you guys were in?
For a while, till 3 maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Around 3. Started like piece by piece.
Everybody gets pretty
Yeah.
smart out there,
Everybody-
didn't they?
Yeah, well, Cody was playing, but his girlfriend kept texting, so he
Easy to leave, come back. We had dual
me and Hill were on point. We were ready.
Hank was on dobro, Cody was on dobro. I think that's the first time I've seen that.
First
It's
double dobro
not
session.
in a bluegrass circle, so it was pretty nice. Well, basically, it essentially was a bluegrass circle, but
Yeah.
it was fun.
I decided I had to leave about 2:15 or I was going to fall down. I was enjoying that.
That's fun.
That's kind of what happened to me, I think. I just faded away.
Just lost Tom Skinner this summer. Would you comment on any interactions you had with him, but also some of the other guys of that generation, Childers, Crouch, maybe Greg Jacobs? Anything you
Yeah,
have to
I
say
know.
about those guys?
You know Jacobs a lot better than I do, huh?
Yeah, I met him before.
Oh, well, that's better than me then.
Know him that well.
I have a
About
good
Crouch?
story about
Oh, yeah.
Skinner for
Go for
sure.
it, yeah,
And
please.
I told it last night when we were sitting around that thing. When I first started playing in this scene, I was playing with Scott Evans, who used to play with the Medicine Show,
Yeah, Scott.
just doing acoustic stuff. And we went to a festival over there in Okina, the Redbird Festival.
Yeah, at the winery.
Yeah. And everybody was kind of hanging
I was
out
there.
afterward. Yeah. Everybody was just hanging out afterward, playing music, and I was just a kid, and somebody handed me a guitar to go to the bathroom. So Skinner just said, "Hey, play a song," and I played a Hank Williams song, and nobody there knew that Hank Williams song except for Tom Skinner. Tom Skinner sang it with me, and then asked me to play another Hank Williams song after that. So we went back and forth trading Hank Williams songs, and then everybody left, and it was just me and Tom Skinner and somebody else, and that's all we did the rest of the night. And like, it was just weird. Nobody. I was just a shadow there until
Yeah,
that
sure.
point, and he
He had a certain way
Play
about
something.
being nice to the
yeah.
underdog.
And he
So
did that
now,
with Fulbright. He's done that with
He's done it with me a little bit.
a lot of.
Super encouraging, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Never-
always positive.
Never cared about
Never
what level of
competitive.
talent you were. If you were playing, he
You're
always
part of
had
it.
interest in what you were doing.
Yeah.
No matter, he always took time, no matter.
He
who
loved
you
that
were.
Long Hot Summer Days song, and they did like
Yeah.
Skipping in the Mississippi. Dude, he loved hardcore
Yeah,
a bunch.
yeah,
His
he
brothers
did.
used to play that stuff, and he'd come up and sing it with us sometimes.
Yeah, he'd end up on stage.
Yeah.
Anytime
That's-
we played that song.
So-
or shit.
pretty
That's
cool.
right. That's another thing because sometimes people get up and don't know that song at all.
You know,
He would get up
he
there
could
and
probably
sing
play it
along.
right.
Yeah, it was great.
I gotta tell this quick story, and you can cut it out. I don't care. But so we just did Tom's memorial, right? And it was a pretty emotional event. You were there for the whole thing, you know. And me and my dad, we've been on the outs for 4 or 5 years. But my dad and Dad always played with Tom and Craig, all them guys. He went to Nashville with them and done a bunch of work with them through the years. So I grew up listening and playing, and Tom was always around, you know, take a break, always pushing me to play, you know. But it was funny because me and Tom haven't been as close over the last 10 years, but we're still friends. We maintain contact and all that stuff. But he always really, really loved me and Dad playing together. So in his memorial, after he's already passed and left this earth, he made it pertinent that Jeff make sure me and my dad were on stage
They tricked you
together.
guys too, huh?
They tricked us into it.
I remember when you
That's
so-
kind of look over.
Like I just,
Dad.
the idea of that, it took a day for that to soak in. That
I sat
Tom,
around in the hospital bed and dreamed that deal up.
and
That's pretty neat.
he wanted that to happen. He said, I want both of them to play there, but if they're going to play, they're going to play together. So he is responsible. He's responsible for healing a big scar between me and my father.
Well, that's pretty neat.
So Tom's a pretty magical
Beyond-
man,
beyond
musically
great,
and just as a person. You know, he was awesome. So.
Sure was. You got anything to say about Randy Crouch?
Do I have anything to say about Randy Crouch?
Yeah.
Crazy person. No, he's great. I don't know. What do I need to say about him? He likes smoked oysters, he likes bush beer, and he likes those things all day.
Know him
He can play the shit out of a fiddle and play a steel guitar with it as well. The fiddle, I mean.
I love how excited he always is to see you. No matter
Oh,
where you
yeah.
are, where you are. One time me and Dooley ran into him in a truck stop in like Tulsa. We were at a gig in Stillwater. I think he was at Catoosa. And see him in like a quick trip there. And we're like, hey Randy, what's going on? He's like, what are you guys doing here?
Where you been, man?
like he'd been looking for us.
Yeah.
How excited he is to see you all the time. He is prolific as they come, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think so.
He'll make some music.
Yeah.
He can put out a record a month.
He could. The songs that he has, and you know, I mean, just the songs, and he can't. They're like his song. I just can't not rock and roll. If you could just ever corral that guy, and get an acoustic guitar in his hand, and put him on stage, he just blows people's mind with his writing. You know?
He's a great
I
writer.
mean, he's known to be a rocker, but man, he's got some unbelievably good.
I think he could write as good as any of those
He
dudes.
can. He's very, very smart. Great writer.
The last memories I have of Skinner is going with Randy over to the apartment where Skinner was staying.
Yeah?
And Randy had a song he wanted Tom to help finish, co-write.
It's pretty cool.
And unfortunately, Tom didn't get to do that, but Randy finished it in his honor.
Yeah.
Yeah, something. There's a few different partnership albums been going on lately. Wade Bowen and Randy Rogers have had theirs, and like Cody Canada and McClure are getting ready to do one.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
I saw Mac
Yeah,
last
so-
night. We got to catch up. It was good to see him. He's great.
You seem like you might be a candidate to do something like that with BJ or anybody. Not on the horizon.
No, I'd rather just make a Turnpike record.
Yeah, sure, I can understand that. Side projects. Tell me, RC, about your Oklahomies. I haven't really got to see you doing any of that.
That's kind of just like what we did last night. It's once in a while, me and my old roommates get together and play on Sunday up the Mercury mainly. But
That was cool last night, man. I come out and listen to you.
Who played last
I thought
night?
it was badass.
But yeah, just kind of like we used to do at the house in Normal Street, and just kind of
Feels like
getting
Red
together
Barn
and
or
doing that
something,
again
right?
once in a while. Yeah.
Doing that like every other Sunday at the Mercury? or-
No, every other month.
Not
maybe.
it's not a scheduled
Okay.
thing.
Yeah,
Let's not label anything.
Yeah, it's not once in a while thing. But it's a good time. So it's fun just to get to hang out with them guys for an afternoon.
You said you'd rather just do a Troubadours
I
record.
did say that.
Yeah. What's on the horizon for that?
I just put one out. I don't know.
I
I
know.
didn't really have time to think about it.
Hey,
I gotta write songs.
But Boland's is
That was
5 or
last
6
week.
songs.
That was last week it came out. God damn
Boland's
it.
5 or 6 songs into
must-
this next album, believe it or not.
Well, I don't have to compare myself to him.
No?
What I need to do is work on songs.
Maybe a live album would be something that not yet.
No, we're just gonna work on another studio album.
Cool.
We're gonna get this record out. And I'm gonna go shoot ducks.
Yes.
And write songs.
See, I like where this is going.
Fair enough. Has there been a favorite moment from this, or maybe even past Medicine Stones? Is something that's really stood out as?
Moody Theater, right? That was big.
It's Medicine Stones.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you said other than Medicine Stone.
No, sorry, yeah, I just did.
Favorite moment at the
Of
festival?
this or past years, just of things that have really stood
Just
out.
at the
to you.
festival?
Yeah.
I don't know. This year, like the old 97's being here has been one of the coolest parts for me. It
Corb.
seemed pretty surreal. Yeah, having Corb.
Yeah, Corb got
I mean,
to
everybody
be
here is
cool.
our buddies, but getting to introduce, our outside influences that wouldn't have been here without us.
I always get a kick out of anybody like their first time here, like with Corb or like with Shiny Ribs.
Yeah,
last
sure.
year, like them getting to see the river, getting to see Tahlequah, and then getting to see the festival.
They think they're going to the Dust Bowl.
yeah,
when they go to
it's
Oklahoma.
fun to bring people out here and just
Like you travel,
and they've all loved it. It's what's really neat.
you travel around and like meet people. And where you from? I'm from Oklahoma. Well, I drove through there once. It's like, well, there are things to. The state has things to offer. It's a pretty place. Parts of it are anyway.
Oh, no one knows Oklahoma looks like this.
No,
But
they can't even imagine.
You get outside of here.
There's like Tom Jones stomping around.
Yeah.
What is the cornfields that Sal saw?
Yeah.
Acts like those are real.
You know what's cool about it though is just the overall over the 3 years we've had now is just, for me, being a fan of all these guys and then having the luxury of getting to play with them sometimes is really, really awesome. But getting to see all the musicians interact, like there's no professional barrier. We're not all like, we don't feel like we're on
Yeah,
a
everything's
clock.
kind of pretty well on the table.
And everybody, there's a lot more camaraderie, and it's not very often that all of us get together for a few days and just enjoy ourselves. And I mean, these guys are on the road; they're getting ready to be on the road for a month, and it's relaxing and fun. And
Oh, absolutely.
It's a really unique thing to catch all these musicians having fun and being relaxed and still putting on such a major production, and it carries over to the crowd the whole feeling of the festival, and that's what I think's awesome about
That's
it.
pretty well put there, buddy.
I think it's really cool.
Talking to Bolin and his band, they commented that they thought their experience and you guys' experience at other festivals, seeing the good and bad of different things that worked and didn't work, has helped you guys skip a lot of
I think so.
problems that could have maybe
In my
growing
mind,
pains,
it's
et
more
cetera.
like finding what the good festivals are and trying to sort of mimic that instead of thinking about the bad stuff. But you know, and we've had some, you know, there are always going to be complaints. There are always going to be this and that. I mean, we've done very, very well as first and foremost, but or we haven't. The production team has. I haven't. I helped out a little bit, but it's, you know, like you go to Pickathon, you go to Braun Brothers reunion, you go Steamboat, different. We go to a lot of festivals, yeah, and you see the bad sides of those, and you try to avoid them, and you try to put that into the sort of the MO of the festival. It's like get rid of the bad stuff. So, yeah.
Cody and Willie told me they thought that this had a lot in common with their reunion.
Good. That's high praise.
Something we're shooting for
Yeah,
sure.
We were winning then.
Their festivals exceptional.
That's one of our favorite ones to play, so that's good to hear.
Yeah.
The way it's based kind of more off a cooperative than it is just off one entity. It seems like, you know.
Oh sure, yeah, that helps
The-
too, huh?
With you guys, you know, you and the Stragglers, the way that y'all have joined forces, and it's not really like anybody's just sitting over here going, well, we want to make this thing big so we can make a bunch of money. No, we just want to provide an awesome festival and event for Tahlequah in Oklahoma. And it's based off good merit and karma, I think.
I
you know,
think you're right.
in a sense.
You're right. What else you got?
Well, you can probably see it's getting hot in here now.
Yeah.
Maybe you could tell me a little bit about the agenda for what next singles will be off the album. And then
I don't know. What do you think we're gonna do? Down here's the one out now.
Seven Oaks. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, ring in the earplug.
I think that was the loose plan, but I don't know anything for
Shank
sure.
cuts probably. We'll pull the trigger when
It'll be,
it comes time.
yeah, it'll be this winter or something.